Welcome back to Edgewater, Saskatchewan for episode 14 with me, MrSealyp. On my fields that I've planted my lentils in, I thought I would get my pH level just right, so we're getting some lime down. As you've seen, I've already sold some lime, but here's the weird thing, it won't let me do any nitrogen. I can't put any fertiliser down for some reason, not quite sure why. But anyway, I'll get on with this, and I will see you later on. It's May 1, people. I'm starting off my day nice and early, 20 past 6 in the morning, with some weeding. As you can see, my lentils are growing. As you've already seen, I think you've already seen. It was a peculiar one, and I'm making one of my bold extrapolations, as I often do, that it allowed me to do my nitrogen, which I did. Not my nitrogen, my pH level. So I put my lime down and it did that, no problem at all, but it wouldn't allow me to apply any nitrogen at all for lentils. So I'm assuming that lentils provide their own. I had it an automatic application. As I went across the fields, it just didn't, nothing happened at all. It didn't put any down whatsoever, which I thought was a bit peculiar. But anyway, so as far as weeds go, look, yeah, weeds here, weeds everywhere. Look, my field up here, I did cultivate this out all around. I've left the sheep pen where it is. That's ready for putting a crop in. I haven't put a crop in that yet, but I've got weeds growing in there. So I'm going to go around, first things first, do my weeding. But today is the day. My bales are now silage. They have fermented. We are good to sell. My get rich slow scheme picks up pace. I've also taken on 2 sowing contracts, field 31, big field, and field 1, which means I'm also going to be selling my seeders, the 3 separate seeders. We're at a point now, I'm going to up my game a little bit. I'm going to get a bigger seeder, which will make doing those a little bit quicker. What I'm really frustrated about is, as I've been going around, as you're aware, I've been going around and clearing stones off of fields. Now I know once the farmers go back out, they might plough, they might do whatever they're going to do. But these 2 massive fields that I cleared have now got really big stones in them. So I've taken on the contracts on both of these for doing sowing. One's canola, one's flax. And yeah, they're full of massive stones, which is going to increase the wear on my vehicle, my seeder, whichever one I go for. So weeding first, then bales. I have leased a telehandler with a bale grab. I was going to use my little skid steer loader, but I decided, you know what, I was thinking about buying a smaller telehandler this time rather than a large one. So I thought I'll try one out. So I've leased one, as this weeder is leased as well. I haven't bought this. So yeah, weeding done on my 3 fields first. Then I'll sort out the bales. We'll sell our bales and see what we're looking like financially. I'm then going to take my seeders down, we'll sell those, and I'm going to get a bigger seeder. And depending on what we're looking at money-wise, I may pull the trigger on buying that larger tractor, that case, depending on how much it's going to cost me, or buy a field. Now I said as we moved into May, which is planting season for flax, that we would see more flax fields appearing. If we go across to crop types, you will see now we've got flax in the ground here and here. So a lot of the fields that we had been working to remove stones have now got more crops in. These 2 are the ones I'm going to be putting canola in one, flax in another. So potentially I've got a couple of fields here. I said about buying a field with flax in. I'm going to put flax in my field here, but I said about buying one. So realistically, that one is 97 grand. That one is 76 grand. So depending on how much we make on our silage bales, I may pull the trigger on buying one of those, which I said. So we'll have some flax, we'll have some lentils in the ground. I've still got my grass field there. And then as we kind of move forward into harvesting season, hopefully we get a few harvest jobs come up. I'll pick up some harvesting contracts. I'll make a bit more money. What I might do as well is as the municipality verges all grow again, I might cut some more grass again, I might do some more silage bales again, I might just do silage rather than silage bales, because that's one of those resources, like any crop type, because the grass is always growing, I can kind of roll through that and do more if I want to. So anyway, yeah, weeding first, and then I'll roll through the other jobs that I need to get done. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. It's a little bit tricky to see where the weeds are. You have to keep kind of referring back to the sat map, but we can do that. I'm just thinking if I get myself enough space. Yeah, it's probably that. Maybe I've overlapped a little bit, but we're all good. So we'll go back and we'll check. Zoom in on here. Yeah, we're looking all right. Brilliant stuff. I've seen a little while. Weeding is done. I said I've got myself, I've just leased this, I haven't bought it, Farasin. Smaller one, and I've got the Gavile bale grab on the front. It's a square bale grab, but I'm going to give it a go with the round bales. Now, there are a gazillion different ways of doing this. I could use an auto stack bale trailer, I could use an auto load trailer, I could use the big bag handlers, bale spikes, bale grabs, round bale grabs, you name it. All sorts of things I could be using. I've chosen to give this a go. I'm going to load this on my regular trailer. Like I say, I could use various different bale trailers, but I've got this, so I'm going to use it. We'll give it a go. All the weeds have gone out of here now, which is great. My trackway's in across the field, so I'm going to have flax in here, and I have got, I think I've got some wool on the way. Yeah, we've got some wool going, look. All is good. Very happy with that. So, Let's get the bales on. I've been pricing up the tractor I want. Bearing in mind, I'm not going to sell all 3 of my seeders. That was the other thing I was going to say. For example, the little strip I've left myself down here. Now, I could landscape this and have it grass up to the edge, which I might still do. But if I do put flax in the ground, and I want to have flax all the way round, if I keep one of those seeders, which is a 5.2 metre, doing narrow strips like this, or even possibly smaller fields, round edges, that kind of stuff, might be a little bit easier. So I'm going to sell 2 of them, keep 1, just in case. The seeder I want to get, seeder/planter, is 142 grand. So I need to make a bit of money here. I think what I will do, I'm going to pick up out of the way, give myself a bit of space. Manually loading 184 bales is going to take a bit of time. I'll load what I can get on first, and then we'll go from there. Don't know why I turned the engine off. So yeah, that should be showing as, there we go, silage. So what I need to do now as well is round bale silage. They've all changed, sitting in there. So I'm going to take out 25. Let's get cracking. So if I can, I don't know if I'm going to better do this because I'm not. Hey, you know me. I'll give things a go, but I wonder if I can pick up 2 at a time. That will speed the process up a little bit, won't it? As soon as I knock the top one off while I'm moving. Got a bit of bumpy ground to go over, going from the track to the field, as you can see. I think I'll start, actually I'll start at this end. Put them over the top of there. I probably shouldn't sit over those markers, but it'll be alright. I can do that and that. Job done. MrSealyp's top tip: if you are putting bales onto a trailer, if you're new to the game, that kind of thing, you're not sure where to put them, it doesn't hurt if you put your straps down first like that, then you can work out the best place of placing things. That way you don't miss things with straps, that kind of thing. I might go higher, it depends, we'll see how we go with the stacks, but I'm going to get as many on here as I can. Now the only problem with this, I'm going to find, just realised, it's because of the way these have come out, it's because of the greenhouse. Grabbing these might be a little bit trickier, so what I might do is grab them a little bit, pull them out a little bit like that, then grab and go, there we go. I might also pull that trailer out a little bit because I can't get to both sides of that as easy as I want, so I might put it out perpendicular to the bale stack. Same thing goes with putting these on, because I need to be able to remove or open the grab. That top one's moving a little bit too much, so what I can do is put them on and then just adjust a little bit, so I think, yeah, I'll probably end up doing that. Do that. Just need to move them out far enough that I can get the grab off. But what I'm going to do, if I get up to the middle section like that, and then squeeze, I should be able to squeeze that one back into place. Like that. That's not so bad. With a little bit of manipulation, I can get those into position. So another thing I could do is put the ramps down, and I can come up from the back of the trailer as well. There's all different ways of doing this. Yeah, I should have come at that angle really, shouldn't I? That would have been easier. Let's do that. And that. Cool. So, yeah, this is going to take a while. So that's strap on. Just hold that in place. Yeah, I'm going to adjust. I'm going to adjust the position of that trailer. I think that's going to make life a little bit easier. When I've got a full load on, we'll take it. I think I'm going to take it to the livestock market. I'm trying to think, where was I going to go? I'm sure it was there. Where's our prices? Let's go down to silage. It's not going to pay a huge amount per thousand, I don't think. It was previously sitting... Oh, no, man, that's plummeted. Oh, what? That was sitting at 400. I'm not going to make very much money at all. I've said this before on FS22. When did silage become so absolutely rubbish? Silage at biogas plant, it was a money maker, an absolute money spinner. It was perfect. You did millions of litres of stuff, chucked it all through your biogas plant, and you made a fortune. It's been absolutely nerfed. Big time. That's awful. That's terrible money. Livestock bale auction. Sell everything is the best price. Oh, man. My bales are only 3,500 litre bales. So at that price, each bale is going to make me about £1,000. Are you kidding me? Silage bale. Oh. So potentially at that price, I've got 184,000 sitting there, where I should be sitting on a gold mine. I could wait until the price comes back up again, but I've got all this money tied up sitting here. The other thing I could do, I suppose, invest in silage futures. I could borrow some money from the bank, and then when the price comes back up, sell them. I was all set to go on this. That's really annoying. Really annoying. So I thought 400, that's not too bad. Oh, what do I do now? I might take a full load. I'll take a full load and see what we get, and then I'll kind of make a decision from there. I'm not HP. Actually, that's what I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's show price fluctuation. I mean, at its best, see, it was sitting at 400. It's showing there the highest price in February, 342. So realistically, they're not going to climb that much anyway. It really isn't. Yeah, it really isn't the money maker it used to be. Anyway, I had all my hopes and dreams pinned on this. I think what I might do then, I'll sell what I can. If I don't make as much as I thought I was going to, I might just borrow some money from the bank. Borrow a little bit. I've got those 2 sowing contracts. I think each one of those pays 34, 36 grand. So that'll be another potentially 70 grand will come back into the coffers. And go from there, I guess. Hey. When life gives you silage, you make silage aid. Everyone knows that. Have I just put... Oh, I've just gone over the thing, haven't I? Remain calm, MissyB, remain calm. Why has that annoyed me so much? Because it really has. I'll put that front one on it. Oh, lummy misses. Okie dokie then. Let's rock and roll. The first full load I'm bringing is on. I took out one. There was one out, then I did 25, didn't I? So that was 26. I think I took out 4 more. So I think I've got 30 on here. They're not the neatest stacked, but they're on. I'm going to take these to the livestock market. The sell everything down at Brenda's is paying a little bit more. So the next full load I might take down to Brenda's. We'll see what we get for this. I'm thinking potentially if I don't have enough money to buy the seeder and then the tractor I want to get, I think what I'll do while we're down there, I'm going to buy the seeder now, then I'll bring 2 of my 3 down and we'll sell those. Doesn't matter when I do that, I can do that at a later date. And then what I might do is do one of the seeding contracts. So if I do one of the seeding contracts, that will pay out. That might give me a bit of a boost in conjunction with the silage bales as well, to give me the money I need to buy the tractor I want. I think I might do that, yeah. While I was doing the weeding, I meant to say actually, when I started doing the bales, I was thinking about I could do the same as I did with the rock picking, that there's a lot of fields that have got weeds in. A lot of farms whose yields are going to be a lot lower if the weeds don't get removed. So I could do the same thing with that. I could offer my services to go around various different farms doing the weeding. Whilst everything's in its first growth stage, I could use a mechanical weeder which round I won't have to pay for herbicide or anything like that. So I'm thinking, if we go back to the map again, and we go to... Okay. How... Huh? How have the weeds all gone? There were loads. Apparently not. Okay, well I won't be doing weeding then. Forget that idea, scrap that. Where is the... That's the livestock market. Can't remember. Is it around the back of here? Oh, here. There we go. So technically I should just drive through there. If it won't take him off the trailer, what I might do is whiz down to the store, grab the forklift. Not the store, the seed manufacturing. And I can just bring that up and I'll just push them all off into it if I have to. It should take them. The moment of truth hath arrived. Oh no, that's not good. 28 grand for all that lot. Boo. I know I've got a lot to get rid of, but I'm just really hoping for a better payday than that. Well, at the end of the day, it's money in the bank, isn't it? Maybe if it's not as much as I thought, it's not the end of the world. Right, I'm going to whiz to the store. Let's grab this seeder. This is one I haven't used for quite a while, actually. I've been going through looking at the seeds and the planters, and there's a lot of sort of 6 metre, 8 metre. I've used the Lemkin Solitaire 12. I've used the Solitaire 8 before. The ones I'm using now, I've used the John Deere version of the one I've got now, which is the case one. I have on Stone Valley, I used the big you know, the proper monster ones, which we might get onto on this Let's Play. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll get on some proper big boys. But yeah, one that I haven't used for a while. I thought I'd grab it, even if it's just a stepping stone up. It says having lost. I've lost my way. There we go. So it's technically under planters. I'm going to grab that. Great Plains by P2425A. 5,800 litres of seed, because I've got precision farming, I'm going to be doing my nitrogen separately. 142 grand. Oh no, I always forget here. Trailer or 3-point, which gives you better articulation. I think it's 3-point, isn't it? But then that will mean I can't. I mean, technically I can pull it with my QuadTrac. What I might do is leave it on that for the time being. So, big chunk of change. But let's get it. Nice. So, I'm going to go and load up on some more bales. I'll take them down to... Yeah, we'll take them down to Brenda's the next load. We'll make a little bit more. It's not going to be massive amounts. It's negligible difference between the prices of the various different sell points, but I'll take another load down there. And then, yeah, once the bales are sold, I'll have a better idea of my finances. I'll grab the QuadTrac down. We'll take that up. I'll get at least one of the sewing jobs done, or even if I just start one of the sewing jobs. They seem to appear and disappear, the same as they did on Griffin, Indiana, weirdly, when I was doing seasons on there. This one I'm doing seasons and precision farming, that I just did seasons. But I was finding you'd start the new day, all the contracts would appear for sewing, and within seconds they would all just vanish off the screen. So I thought, okay, it's because if I've jumped through the night, it could be that. So I tried going through to sped up time rather than jumping straight to it. Did exactly the same thing. So it's frustrating that they don't stay there longer. That weed situation's baffled me. Maybe all the farmers have just got out and got on with it. Right, more bales. Let's get it done. I'm on my last load. 9 bales left. I've been trying to get, I think it's about 30-ish I've been trying to get on. Some were a couple more, some were a couple less. I was just stacking them right up. 9 left. That's all we've got. We're up to 367,000. I don't think it's going to be quite enough to buy the tractor. So I think what we're going to do is whiz the store, sell the 2 seeders I'm going to sell, grab our new seeder, go up and do one of the sowing contracts, and then I'll have enough, I think. Yeah, I don't think I'm pretty sure I haven't got enough. It's close. It really is. I think with the configuration changes I want to make on it, it's somewhere around this. So yeah, I'll do that. But let's go and grab the new seeder. I'll go and grab some seed from our seed production. I think selling those 2 seeders I've got, I honestly, actually I didn't pay that much for them, did I, in the first place? So I don't think they're going to be worth very much, but that could put us a little bit closer. We have got rain coming. I haven't checked to see what time that's due, actually. I'm hoping to at least get one of the sowing contracts done first. So the question is now, as a storyteller, entertainer, whatever you call it, a YouTuber, I try to at least in each episode. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes you get an episode where it's just you're just doing stuff. You're just doing farming stuff. You know, you've got bits to do, a few bits that need doing, and rather than just skip over them and act like they didn't happen, or you know, do an episode. But I try in each episode to do something either different or buy a new piece of machinery, or you know, there needs to be some kind of milestone. Something else I've noticed is I haven't seen the train for absolutely ages. Someone messaged me a while ago and said, has the train stopped running on your map? Because for them, they hadn't seen it. I said, no, it's running forward, like through, absolutely fine. I haven't seen the train in quite some time. Anyway, yeah, so, but then you get an episode where potentially you could do 2, 3, 4 things that you think each one of those things could be the highlight of an episode, you know? Having bought a new seeder and sold all the bales, we've been building up to selling those bales. That in itself is a kind of, you know, did we make a load of money or not? As it turned out, we made a load of money, not as much as I hoped we would make. Buying the seeder, it's a big seeder. We're selling our old seeders, getting a new seeder. That's a milestone, we're stepping forward. And buying the tractor I want to get, I've talked about since the start, said about getting a new tractor, and the one I kind of wanted to get. That in itself, again, would be the highlight of an episode. But potentially I'm going to end up doing all 3. But do I, having done the bales and bought a new seeder, leave buying the tractor as a kind of, you know, cliffhanger for the next episode? Seems a bit mean. It's not the sort of thing I normally do. I just sort of, you know, I just do my thing, get what I want to get, buy what I need, and off we go. So anyway, let's get rid of these 2. Should I clean them first? I probably should, shouldn't I? I shouldn't. Someone's got, I'm going to buy them, so take a bit of pride in your work. I've often wondered, saying that, take a bit of pride in your work. It's one of those weird things. What camp do you fall into? Because I'm very much of the opinion, like, it's just me personally, just the way I was brought up and what I do. And if I go out to a restaurant and we have dinner, and when we used to go out more with the kids and when they were little and stuff, and everyone would finish their meal, and you would kind of, like we would at home, you kind of tidy the plates and maybe even stack them, and when the waitress or waiter comes over, and I would always kind of hold them up for them to take, or, you know, some people's attitude seems to be, well, I'm not paid to do that. I'm here having a meal, they're paid to clear the table, they're paid to tidy that up, that kind of thing. But also when you go to a hotel, or like as we are at the moment, we're staying, you know, if you're in a hotel or a bed and breakfast or something like that, I always kind of get up every day, make the bed, just because I'm in the habit of doing it, and tidy around a little bit. But there's also that attitude of, yeah, but they've got people that come and do that. They'll clean the room every day. Why would you bother? They'll do the bed. Where do you come down on that? I just always feel, well, I'm capable of doing it, so I just kind of do it. I don't know. Do the best job you can, really. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just talking. What we're going to get? 4,380 for that one. 4,511 for that one. We're up to 387 grand. And this is no word of a lie. That's probably right on the nose of what we would need, I think. But that being said, so it covers open on this. I've got what was left out the 2 seeders here, which I think amounts to about 300 litres. So we'll go and grab this from here. I'll go and grab some more. Then we'll head out to field. We'll do field 1 first. It's closer of the 2. Field 1 and field 31, is it, or 30? Yep, 300 litres. And at least this will be, it's a bit more unwieldy in the size of it, but it's going to be easier for work in the fields. It's wider overall than the 3 combined. It means we can just get to the field, unfold. We haven't got to, you know, spend time kind of setting up the sowing situation. But those seeders, like I said when I was buying them, they're cheap. They're a great width at 5.2 meters anyway. The fact they hook together, and if you've got big old fields with lots of open space and that kind of thing, you can hook more than 3 together. You could hook 5 or 7 or, you know, whatever you want to do, and have a big old like V formation of seeders. So you can go as wide as you want. They're a good option. They work. But there's something very nice about getting to a point where you say, right, time to buy a big seeder. This one's a bonus because it does both. There are a few actually out there that do all crop types. Not many, but there are a few that do. And the fact that this does all crop types, you can buy this and you haven't got to buy a seeder and a planter. So this kind of works well. It's one of the reasons why I used to sort of plump for this. FS19, I think I used this one quite a lot. Back up to the seed stack that we've put outside. I think this does 5,800 litres. So again, compared to those smaller seeders that only have a fairly small capacity, you have to fill them up quite a bit. We should be a bit better off with this. Now, variable seed rates on auto, but because we're doing a contract, I don't want it on auto. I want it as low. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good point. Can I put it on low? I know I can with the fertilising and the liming. Boom. Cover's closed. Beacon on. There's no beacon on the... Well, it's a planter, isn't it? But right, I'll see you at field 1. I'll check on the seed rate, so I can just set it at low. Then I won't use anywhere near as much seed as I think. Oh, I need to also change what I'm putting in the ground because at the moment it's sitting on corn and I'm not putting corn in. We are arriving at field 1. I have deactivated automatic seed rate. However, there's no seed rate for flax. It's flax in field 1 and canola in field 31 further over there. So I think when there's no data, it sets it on normal. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. So what I'm hoping is, if I seed field 1 with the QuadTrac, I'll have enough money at the end of this contract to buy the tractor I'm going to get, then I'll seed field 31 with the new tractor. I'll go straight up the middle, then I'll go around the outside, and then I'll kind of go from there. We are set on flax, bottom right, double check. As I've always said, double check everything. Go back to there, field 1. So field 1 with flax, field 31, so field 31 with canola. Yes, we're set on flax, we're on the right thing. Turn it on, drop it down. And let's go. Yeah, big stones. And I think these two fields, the last two fields on the map, I'm pretty sure everything else has got crops in it now. So it's just these two. And that my one there, that I need to put flax in as well, that are left. So there'll be no more sowing contracts, that's for certain. Potentially, well, it doesn't seem like there's any weeds growing in any of them at the moment, but we might get some weeding contracts. I was hoping for some more fertilising contracts, but again, we'll see. It does seem a little bit thin on the ground, considering the map's quite big and there's a lot of big fields. I was really hoping for some nice hefty payouts on fertilising jobs, you know, but again, that could be because of the precision farming. You know, it's difficult to tell what things change other things, you know. A setting that you put on normally, because I never used to do precision farming. I never used to run seasons very often. And you get into a habit of things being a certain way and then working a certain way, and you get into that groove and you know that it will do this if you do this, it will do this if you do this, and that kind of thing. And you get updates and tweaks, and yeah, I'm not always 100% sometimes whether a small tweak done at Giant's End will have adjusted something just a little bit, or whether one thing counts as something else. And it could be just a little thing like that, just slightly adjust the amount, the rate of contracts that become available and what ones become available. I know I've said this before, having rock picking contracts would be cool. I get the odd weeding contract, but not many on the maps that I've run weeds on, not a huge amount. Fertilising jobs were always a nice bread and butter. Like I was saying about the silage not paying out as much as it used to. I remember doing Stone Valley on FS19, and fertilising jobs that, I mean, they were big fields and they took a while. Even with big equipment, they took a while. But you could earn sort of 30, 40, 50 grand a job. You know, it was a nice payout. Took time, but it was worth it. I haven't had that many. I think I've done this season round so far 4, 5. And they haven't been particularly big fields. I think the payouts have been sort of around the 10 grand, 10, 12 grand mark behind the fence. So let me line up first before I carry on. Otherwise I'm going to carry on wobbling side to side as we go. I'm trying to remember. I bought this because I thought, yep, I want to get it. Is this an 18.2 I want to say? Is that about 18.2? The others came in at, what was I on? They're 5.2 each, so 15.6 with the 3 together. So yeah, we have got a bit bigger. And I know that when I make the turns, I'm not missing anything. I shouldn't have to go back over anything, hopefully. Flow rate doesn't seem to be too bad at the moment. I think I might still, over at my little production building, I might get some more of the corn that I'm putting in, do some more corn seed, I think, just to make sure I've got a bit of a backup. I think I've still got about, I want to say 9,000 litres left, I think. Tis a good day. We're close. We ran out of seed. Let's open the cover. So with that 5,800 in, I think what I'm going to do while I'm continuing, let's go to here, where are we? There. And put on corn seed. I've got 26,000 litres of corn in here, 1 to 1. Let's get some more seed being made, because having just used that, how much have we got left in here? 7,000 litres, yeah. So to do field 31, if I've just used a full tank, and I'm going to need to use a little bit more to do field 1, to do field 31 is going to do a full tank as well. So yeah, I'll get a little bit more being produced. That way also I haven't got to go all the way down to the main store or down to the other production to get the rest done. I thought I'd show this. I could have just finished the contract and said, yep, I've done it. I've done field 1. Here's the money. But that's what I'm doing to cover the seed, and the fact that I didn't do the whole lot in one pass. I'm having to do it with, well, I say 2 loads. We're about 90. What are we at contract wise though? 94%. We did 94% of it with the full load. So can't odds that. And as we move on to doing the canola, we should then be able to knock down the application rate for canola. It's only because flax, peas, and lentils don't have any sort of stats for it, but at least for canola I should be able to knock it down to low, so potentially actually I might even get field 31 done on 1 load rather than having to refill, but we shall see. We're closer people to the new tractor. I am starting to wonder though, would that be a bad business decision, bearing in mind that we get the contract money for this. If I buy that tractor, yes, we've a nice step forward for the farm. Big seeder, another tractor, which is a bit of a multi-tool actually. You know what, I think it is a good investment. But then that leaves us pretty slim on finances, and we're still not at a point yet where we've got a regular, sustainable, decent income. It may mean I'll have to wait through till harvest, because I'm just trying to think, once these are done, unless I get any fertilising jobs come up, I think we don't get as well rollers. We don't get rolling contracts, do we? Or anything like that. Yeah, I might have to roll through to harvest until I've got enough funds available. I'm just thinking, yeah. Or is it a bit impulsive to buy the tractor now? But I really want it. It probably is impulsive, but I want it. Ah, never mind. That didn't take too long at all. Oh, we got rain coming. No. So, contract complete. 33,653. Let's collect. Now we should have enough. Let's buy the weapon of choice. Now, just one thing. I'm sure it's under large tractors. Oh yes, the one I've wanted since it came out. What a piece of kit this is. With the front loader that comes with it, that you can buy sort of with it. I can use this as a wheel loader. I can use this with the tractor. It runs at 42 miles an hour anyway, which is pretty fast. I think if we go for the right engine setup, it's 886 horsepower. Strobe lights also are, honestly, it's brilliant. Now my question is, do I just stick with, because I've got case QuadTrac already, I did have case seeders, but I've just got rid of them. Do I go for case red, or do I pick a different colour? I might go for a MissyB green. I think that's an option. Anyway, you'll see in a moment. Once I've got it, we'll be outside. Let's whiz up, and I can start on field 31. Right or wrong decision, I'm pulling the trigger. It started raining early. It wasn't supposed to rain till midday. Oh, great. As it turned out, 384,000. I thought it was 387. So when I said I was almost there, I was. I didn't need to do that sowing contract. I have enough money to buy it, but that does give me a buffer. And the next one I think pays 35, 36 grand. So US spec, 886 horsepower. Special edition, front and rear 3-point link. Narrow twins. Front loader attacher. Actually, I've quite enough to get the front loader now, you know. I think I might do that. We'll get it. I'm sure it's in here. There we go. Case IH front loader. Telehandler or wheel loader. So if you go for wheel loader, you can, yeah, massive wheel loader buckets, all the wheel loader implements, big old chunky stuff. Plus there's a weight that comes with this as well. Chassis colour, I'll switch that so it matches the tractor. That's interesting because the tractor doesn't look particularly metallic, but that's what I went for. wonder why that is. 11,800. Yeah, that doesn't look like that. Although that's the colour I went for on the tractor. How weird. So I'm so happy. This is what we're building up to. Let's see about this actually. The colours, that's going to bug me. Yeah, main body colour is showing us that, but it's not. They're not. It's not metallic for some reason. So it's not matching up with the. That's it, more flat. I wonder why that is. It's not showing us metallics. That's going to look weird otherwise, isn't it? I mean, it looks weird that colour anyway, doesn't it? But we'll leave it. Maybe I'll try and change the other one over to a flatter colour. Yeah, that just looks odd like that. I'll see you up at the field. I'll grab the seeder. We'll get on with field 31. Look at that. Oh, it's big. Nice speed on that as well, which is cool. So 42 mile an hour, 886 horsepower. Front loader with a rear weight on the back of this and big old buckets. I can use like a wheel loader. This is a proper multi-tool. Loving it. Sounds good too. Actually, much as I love the snazzy paint job, I'm looking thinking, should I have just left it case red? I think I might have done, you know. When I finish the contract on field 31, I might put it back to case red. Just looking over the QuadTrac there thinking, it's old school versus new young lout. So, I may have just ruined myself. I might have just crippled the farm. But hey, we've got a fancy new tractor. And we've got this as well. We've done alright. As you can see, variable seed rate, I've knocked it down to low. So because canola, it's got the option to do that. So I've got that down low. We'll open that up. And I'll get on with field 31. Hopefully the rain doesn't last too long. How long are we looking with regard to the weather? Through till... Okay, it says 1 o'clock. And then at 2ish it should stop, so that's not so bad. June, July, we've got rain, August in... Oh, that's not good. Anyway. So, all the prep work, all the grass work, to get the bales, to get the finances, to get to this point. It was leading up to buying a bigger seeder and this tractor. This tractor I had in my head from when it first came out because I really, really liked it and I really, really wanted one. And we've got there. Like I say, we may have crippled the farm in doing so, but we have got there. We've got stuff we can sell, we can make a bit of money. We'll be alright, we'll be fine. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.